All right, I think this is better. Hopefully you guys can get back on. I'm so sorry about that. Technology is never easy. So welcome to the Creativity Cave. I'm always so happy to be stamping with you. So hopefully you can see me. Sorry about that. Oh, hi, Emily. Everything's better when Emily's there. Whew. Glad we got that fixed. I don't know why it does that because literally everything is the same as it was before. But for whatever reason, Facebook is being nicer to me this time. So yay. All right. Hey, Jenna. I'm glad it's better. Good morning to you. It's been a really crazy morning. I had a conference call at 8 o'clock with my business coach, and she said it would be an hour, and it was more, which is always good because Dina needs help. But anyway, and then of course, as I was setting up my, if someday I'll take a picture of my setup for this because it's really funny. My camera is attached to a selfie stick, which is attached to a PVC pipe tripod thing that my husband helped make. And then that is connected with two clamps. Let's just say it's kind of like redneck, I guess, for technology. But it works and the price was right. So, good morning, Wendy. It's so nice to have you with me. Hello. Wendy and Alicia are both people who just joined my team, so I'm so excited. Cindy, you made it. Yay. Hi, Bobby. Glad you found me. I know it can be a little tricky. So I hope you guys are doing well. We have a lovely coating of ice outside. So I'm hoping that I can actually go out of the house today because I did not leave yesterday. I was busy working. Hey, Julie. I'm writing my note for you, Julie. Yes, I'm not sideways. I fixed it. Whew. Hi, Mary. First time. Well, welcome. This is actually my second time of doing Facebook Live. Well, third, but second. I hope that you guys are doing well. I am hoping that the roads are not terrible and that tree branches don't fall down because that's scary. I don't know about the rest of you in this world, but it seems like a lot of people are dealing with ice, and so, the joys of winter. It's so weird though, because it seems like we should be having a blizzard, not an ice storm in January. I'm just saying. But anyway, so, hi Crystal! How are you? Oh my gosh, it's been forever since I've seen you. Crystal used to be in my downline. She has a brand new little baby. She has two little girls. So sweet. Crystal, I have to tell you, I loved the picture of your mom baking and with both girls the other day. Oh, that was so sweet. Hey, Sherry. How's Fargo? I'm guessing it might be just a teensy bit cooler there. So, I hope you guys are excited to be stamping with me today. I am excited to be stamping with you. Hey, Leafa. I'm just checking here quick because I saw somebody is messaging me and I think they're probably not able to get into our little thing here. So hold on. Okay, you know there's something really weird about how you're recording on your camera and then you look at your iPod and you can see yourself. That's like freaky. Okay. So, like I said, I hope you're excited. Now, I have posted a drawing form on my page, the page you're seeing this video on. So if you fill that out, you will get entered into a drawing. And if you don't do it right now, that's okay. You can see it later and fill it out later, and I'll do the drawing after. So that don't worry about that. And sorry, I'm just looking for this comment. I've gotten a couple messages from somebody and I think they're hiding. Hey Mel, are you working today? Probably not. I bet not. That's why I picked today, because I was hoping some of you would not be working. I am live. Oh, hello. Of course you're live. I'm reading something. Let me, hold on. I don't have my trusty assistant here because she probably would hurt herself trying to walk to my house, right? Okay, did I miss you live, Diana? Okay. So I hope you guys had a good weekend. I actually got to go out on a date. 55 degrees, really? That is just so lucky for you. But you're right, Deb. The upside to this is it's a perfect day to stamp, which I kind of like. So that's awesome. Anyway, I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope you had a great weekend. You had a dream you were scooting on the ice on your butt, Emily. That's hysterical. I had a bunch of weird dreams last night. I dreamt about my conference call. I dreamt about this Facebook Live. I dreamt about something else stamping related, and I kind of woke up this morning and I was just like, oh. It's sort of, do you ever have those dreams where you wake up and you're so relieved they didn't actually happen? I think most recently the one that really freaked me out was I dreamt that I was pregnant again. And my youngest is 10 years old, and let's just say I so could not handle a baby again. Because I'm not young like you, Crystal. Anyway, okay, I'm wondering, first of all, as we kind of wait to just get everybody going here, I wonder if anybody has any questions for me. I have all kinds of stuff. In fact, I wrote a list so that I would not forget. Sue, you're here! Yay! This is probably the perfect time for you. I hope work is over. -7 degrees, or like it's 7 degrees. I know, 7 in centigrade, which is something else in Fahrenheit. I had it all figured out. So when I was there in the spring, like 22 was perfect, beautiful day. And then I think when I was there in November, December, it was like 7, and that was much cooler. I know 0 is 32, but that's kind of my two marks. The metric system is hard because we don't use it here. So, oh my gosh. But anyway. Oh, you're not working today either. Yay, it's a holiday for us as well. So, all right. So I have a ton of stuff to share with you today. First of all, 75 in Florida. That is just terrible. Diana, you made it. Awesome. I'm glad you found me. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of things to share with you, and then I planned way too many stamping projects as usual, so we'll see what we get through. But so on my list of things to discuss with you today, I have my product shares. I sent out a newsletter yesterday, and you can find it on the page you're on now if you want to see it. If you have not signed up for my newsletter, it's my mailing list on my blog. So make sure you check that out, because I usually send all kinds of announcements of what's going on with Stampin' Up, as well as I always, or at least I try to always have a project there that's not featured anywhere else, which is kind of fun, you know, like complete with directions and everything. I also usually post there when I have new online classes that come up, and, you know, just what's up with Stampin' Up and me and the Creativity Cave. So you can check that out. Okay, so I do have product shares for the new catalog. They are, there's 4 options. I have an accessory share, a ribbon share, a DSP or printed paper share, and then I have the I Want It All share, and that comes with a whole bunch of bonuses, which include a selection of all of the consumable celebration things. So remember, celebration, is going on now, and so like there's this card kit, so you get 2 of those there, and I realize everything's backwards in here. There is this super awesome coloring paper. There is this ribbon. Somebody gave me an angry face. That's sad. I don't want angry faces. Then there's also this paper. Thank you for loving faces, guys. This is the, I'm trying to read it backwards, Carried Away DSP. So you get a selection of all of that with the bonus, plus 4 videos, except I made 5. And then pictures of several ideas to go with those videos. So that's nice. Oh, thank you for all the love, you guys. That was nice. I appreciate it. It's kind of like in a video when somebody gives you a thumbs down and you're like, but what did I do? I realize I can't take things that personally, but you know, it's always nice to see the love, you guys. Thank you. Okay, so product shares. You can order them through my blog. You can also see a link to that in my newsletter that I posted. And there's also, if you scroll down in my business Facebook page that you're on right now, there's a link in there as well. Okay, online classes. I have 3 up right now. I have Beautiful You, which comes with the watercolor pencils. Yay! I have sending. Hey, Emily, could you do me a big fat favor? Could you please post, like, tag Pamela Wood in like our VIP page? And tell her that the Facebook Live is on my business page, which is www.facebook.com/creativity-cave. No, the. And the reason is she keeps trying to FaceTime me, and I think she doesn't quite understand how it works. That's like the 3rd FaceTime she's done. So we'll get her all situated. Okay, the other one. So I have Beautiful You, that's the ladies. Then I have Sending Love, which is all of this stuff. Comes in the kit, not the 12 by 12, but everything else basically. And this kit is a little spendy, but it makes a ton of stuff. We're going to make 8 cards, 4 different types of treats, and a little mini album that's perfect to give as a gift either to like your sweetheart or your kids or your grandkids, whoever you have on your list. You could even make it into like a little coupon book, because I always come back to that time on Friends when Joey had a coupon book. And that was his favorite thing to give as gifts. Okay, then okay, so and then my newest online class, which I just posted over the weekend, which is the hot air balloons. Up, up, and away. No, lift me up. Oh my gosh, seriously, I don't even know. Up and away are the thinlets. It comes with those too. So there, it's this stuff right here. Okay. And on all of my online classes, they are 3 options. You can have the online only, which comes with the video tutorials and written instructions. Then there is the online plus pre-cut cardstock. So I mail you all the stuff to make all those projects. And then there is the bundle, which comes with all the products. And then it comes with the class for free. Okay. And so all of those options are again on my blog under the online classes link. And they're really, I think, an amazing value because I do so many different projects. I have a video for each one, and then of course I add additional ideas at the end so you can see some more things. And yes, Sue, I will absolutely do the Dragonfly, and I posted the balloon adventure on my blog over the weekend, so yay. Hey, Monica! Sorry, do you know when I say hi to people, my voice goes like crazy high? All right, whatever. I'll try not to be crazy high when I say hi to people. That sounded terrible. Oh, good Lord. All right. So yeah, so all of those classes are available. Again, check my blog. I will post them each month. Now I have a whole list. I think if you saw my last live video, I have a huge list of classes that I want to do. The dragonflies for sure. The succulent garden for sure. Lots of different things. So they will be coming. Hey, Janine. Nice to see you. See, that was good. I didn't go all high and crazy. Hi. I'm on Facebook Live, and here comes my son. You're on live. Look, there's 49 people watching you.
Oh, hello, those 49 people.
Say hi, ladies.
Hi, ladies.
You're a lady killer yourself. All right, you can go now. I'm busy.
Okay, I just wanted a hug.
Oh, you just wanted a hug? I'll give you a hug. Mwah. I left lips on your cheek.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, man.
What a stud. I love it. Okay, I saw somebody else asked a question and I missed it, so let's see if I can find it on here. I will absolutely go back and read through all of the questions and answer anything that is missed. I did that on the last video too. I think I got through all of them. There were like 500 comments on my last video, so I kept scrolling through thinking I'd seen everything, and if I didn't, I apologize. I do go through all of those though, and I will answer them for you. Okay, the other thing I want to mention is online classes are where? Diana, they are on my blog. If you go to thecreativitykave. No! Phew! Okay, we're still there. We will go there. Emily, did you get that message? Because she FaceTimed me again. Ah. Okay, so I'm sorry, Diana. They are all on my blog, thecreativitykave.com. Okay, thank you, Monica. I'm glad you like the classes, and I do like including lots of different ideas. I figure if we're going through the trouble to have the class, we are going to get inspired. That is absolutely my thing. Okay, so as you well know, Celebration is going on right now. This is the small catalog, and in this catalog, everything is free. So if you, thank you, Emily, if you spend $50, you can pick something out of here for free. If you spend $100, you get 2 things, etc., etc., etc. In addition, when you have a big order or you have a party, like collect orders from other people, you can do that. For my local people, of course, I do workshops, but for those of you who are not local, I do online parties. So if you want to do that, when your total is $250 in orders, or you might have a nice size order yourself, no judgment, we don't judge here at the Creativity Cave, you will also get an extra $50, or I'm sorry, pardon, an extra $25. So like if your party's $250, you would get $50 instead of $25. So that's kind of nice. And that is an awesome option. And then the other thing that is going on is if you become a demonstrator, you get 2 free stamp sets of your choice from either the Occasions catalog or the big catalog, and any set that you want. So I can help you choose ones that are really expensive because it's really awesome. So I like that. And anyway, so there's all kinds of stuff. There are stamp sets in here. I showed you earlier, there's printed paper, a couple different versions. Here's some more stamp sets. Here's the printed paper that you can color. It's awesome. Here is the ribbon. This is the metallic ribbon combo pack. There's 2 rolls. It's very cool. There is this taco truck, which is just ridiculously cute, because who doesn't like tacos? I mean, hello. There's a card tin, which actually I have big plans for that one for later. There's another stamp set. Then there's the Hey Chick. Now this seems to be like the big hit so far. This has been going crazy. The Hey Chick. And actually, we're going to play with that a little later, so be prepared. And then there's also another stamp set and this card kit. This is really cool. It makes 8 cards, and they're super easy. So anyway, I hope you are enjoying all of that. And then, of course, there's the occasions catalog that came out. So what is everybody's favorite in either one of these two catalogs? I asked before, and I got a couple of responses. The Hey Chick was a big popular one. I know people like the Dragonfly one. I do too. I have to be honest. I love it. It's a lot of fun. I also, I have to be honest, this one I really like too. Delicate Details. It's so cute and really easy. I love the big thank you too, Mary. And Sweet Treats. Oh, that one is fun too. I think I'm gonna have a video on that as well. Succulents. Yes, Shelly. I'm so proud of you for getting a flowery set. So Shelly is in my downline and she doesn't like flowers, which I think is like some kind of weird thing. Who does not like flowers? Oh my gosh. But I do really like it. Oh, Rosemary, you live on the California coast. High Tide. That is an awesome, awesome stamp set. And I was really excited because lighthouse sets are always popular. And this one is so cool. I really do like them. And Riva, you like the hot air balloons. That's awesome. Too many favorites too. No kidding. There is a lot of good stuff in here. So lots of fun. Okay, I think we are kind of here. Ooh, Falling for You, Gwen. I can't think of which one that is. Falling for You, Falling for You, Falling for You. I seriously, last week when I did my Facebook Live video, I asked people what their favorite stamp sets were. And I think I mentioned this, like, people posted things and I was like, what set is that? I don't have them memorized yet. I'm seriously, Gwen, I'm looking for Falling for You because I can't remember what that is. Falling for You, Falling for You. I will just say it's okay if you go overboard. Oh, page 51. Oh, for sure. Yes, I used that this weekend. Hello. Actually, yesterday I posted a card that I made with, well, and actually I'll talk about it. You're right. Thank you guys. Falling for You. I don't have the names memorized. What kind of demonstrator am I? I can't believe it. I think, part of it is if you have been around a long time, way back in the day, the stamp sets used to come unmounted on wood, like they were only on wood blocks. So you had to trim them out and then you had to assemble them. And so I used to remember when my order would come, I'd sit on the couch and I would pile up all my stamps and then I would just sit there and cut them all out and mount them. And then I really looked at each one, assembled each one, and I kind of got to know them better. So I don't know. I need flashcards or something. Anyway, so a bunch of you guys are talking about Paper Pumpkin. So obviously getting a year subscription is awesome. In fact, I just renewed my year subscription. I do that every year during celebration because the year is $200. It's like a little over 200, and you save off of each kit several dollars per month. So it's a great deal to do it that way. And then of course during celebration you get 4 free celebration things, which is awesome. Plus you're the hostess for a $200 workshop, which is nice, or a $200 party, whatever order. So you get hostess benefits or Stampin' Rewards. And so if you add just a teensy bit to that, then you'll hit your 200, give you an additional amount. Okay, so are you guys still there? Okay, I think you're still there. All right, so I am going to share with you some stamping. Are you guys ready to stamp? I think it is time. So I am going to take and flip my phone. If you see the madness that is outside. See, this is like the only clean area in my stamp room. In fact, my business coach told me this morning that one of our goals is to clean our stamp area. I wonder how she knew everybody needed to do that. Okay, so here we go. Let's get things switched. Oh, see, I did it really quick, so there wasn't much that you could see. All right. So, I also have learned something. I need to put, I think I can put like on my phone a do not disturb thing, which I really need to do. All right. So I have a piece of paper to keep my area clean. Now, the first card I want to start out with is this one. Okay. So this card is one that I made, and I showcased this on my blog yesterday. And so yesterday I did a whole post about taking your old holiday catalog and using it for ideas for the new catalog stuff. So casing, I think you've heard of casing before. Copy and share everything, or copy and selectively edit. Either one. Casing's been around forever. Of course, I hope that you guys case me all the time, because that's actually like my job, is to give you ideas for making projects. So to give you a few examples, I showcased these cards. Here's an extra on my blog. And then I also did a case, I think this was sometime last week, where I had made that card, and then I used the idea to make this card. So I copy myself, which is always fun. You know, whenever you come up with a really great card, it's always awesome to try and recreate it using something else. Because, I mean, if it was a great card to start with, of course you can make it great by changing up the supplies that you're using. So anyway, all of these cards were cards that I'd cased in the holiday catalog. So I saved one to share with you guys here, and that is this Fa La 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 Llama. I did not like this set. It's not my thing. I get it. Some people are into the animals. I think this bear is pretty cute, but I don't know. I think so this is kind of a really, I have to tell a tangent story, but my father-in-law was married to what can only be described as an evil woman for a while, and she had one of those Billy Bass plaques, they're like this big, and it's a fish on a plaque, like it's a trophy fish, and then it wiggles, and then it sings a song, and it's just awful. And she had that, and so whenever I see a fish, that's what I think of. But anyway, that's completely side tangent story. Okay, so back to this card. I loved the layout of this card. I didn't necessarily like this card itself, but I loved the layout. So I would like to think that I copied and improved on that card with this card. So, and I have a couple of fun details that I wanted to point out to you to share with how I created this. So first of all, I am using some of the DSP that is found in the Succulent Garden paper. And I love this paper, by the way. I think it's really interesting because this is Tip Top Taupe with, I guess, like this shade would be Sweet Sugar Plum, and then this shade would more be like Rich Razzleberry. And then this is Calypso Coral. And who would ever think of putting these colors together? I wouldn't necessarily. So I really like that. So I'm going to start with a Tip Top Taupe card base, and I'll fold that in half. And then I cut this piece of DSP, which is, in case you're taking notes, because wouldn't that be cool if you were, 3 by 3.5, or for my dear metric friends, that is roughly 9 by 7.5. So that's kind of cool. And then I did just a little extra layer. So this is 1/8 of an inch extra on here so that you can see. And this is really pretty. So this layer is crumb cake. So you can see they're just kind of shades of one another. Okay. So I will go ahead and adhere this layer down. And your dog barked at it loudly. Oh my gosh, that's really funny. What did your dog bark at? The card or me? I hope it wasn't me. Hi, I'm on live, so take your sanding someplace else. My husband is... So I have to tell you guys this. We got a 3D printer for Christmas, and my husband... I mean, the thing has been running nonstop since we got it. And he is sanding something right now. He just, over the weekend, made me a phone case, or not a phone case, a stand to hook my phone into to charge at night. And he's all proud of it. And now he's making one for himself, except that he's like going over the top with it, I guess. Okay, so now I have a little strip here that is maybe an inch by 5.5, and I'm just going over it over and over, back and forth, different directions with my bone folder. And this is to create the faux suede technique. You may have seen me do this before. I've done it several times, but I really like this technique, and it doesn't ever really get old to me. Now you can see as you keep going, the layers of the paper literally start to separate apart, and then you know you've gone far enough. So what I'm also going to do is take my triple banner punch and just push this in here and punch it. Okay, and then I'm going to separate those layers. Just look how easy that's coming apart. So there we go. Isn't that cool? And so then what I want to do is have that go right here on my card, but I want to make sure I kind of position this correctly. So I'm going to lay that on top, and that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to tack this down with some fast fuse. And then I'll do this side. That's how you get it where you want it. You just hold it there till you hear it. Okay, then, like all good things, I'm going to pop this up with some dimensionals. And the first thing that I'm going to do... Hi, Andy! Andy, see my voice didn't go up super high, but it did go up a little. I know. Mm-hmm. My daughter is standing here too. Say hi, Ella.
Hi. What's up, people?
And she told me that I have like a video voice, which is not entirely inaccurate, but okay. She's like, when you start your videos, you're like, you talk super high.
Can I do an imitation?
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. It's Tina from the Creativity Game.
That is right.
We're going to make some super awesome cards today with some super awesome stuff.
That is fairly accurate. Look at, they're all laughing. This is, look, hi. Sue, she's saying hi from London. She lives in London.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Hi.
People like me on more than one continent.
Man,
I'm so proud.
You have an international audience.
I do. It's very exciting. Okay. Ooh, listening while you work. That's right, Andy. You're at work too. So Julie said that I might need to write her a note for her boss if she gets busted watching me. Okay, now I took my stapler and I am stapling on to here some linen thread. Okay, and then I'm going to tie this down. Do you like how I talk about 100 different things while making a single card?
Hey, it's boring. You should just do one.
Okay. And then I will trim that off. All right, so there we go. Then to put the rest of this together, I have kind of a cool other little thing. I have several fans in London. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet, Sue. I gotta tell you, I know I talk about London all the time, but I so fell in love with London. I mean, everything.
It's really nice there.
It is really nice there. Okay, so now I have cut a solid dragonfly in sweet sugar plum and a vellum one in vellum. The detail one in vellum is what I guess I meant to say. And then I will take the greatest tool ever invented.
The Winkastella.
The Winkastella. Ella knows. That's so awesome. Oh, you started to tell us about your date? Oh, Ella. Ella, tell everybody about your friend. Oh, she got quiet. She doesn't want to talk.
What do you want me to say?
She still has her friend. His name is Caleb. He's adorable. What's really cute is his voice cracks, and I just love it. Okay, so do you see I'm sparkling up This?
The dragonfly wing.
Wink of Ella. Ah, that's funny.
Can we call it that?
Sure. So it was really funny because when this first came out, there was a thing on the package that said something like "not for use on your body," and I thought, well, that is no fun because I can think of all kinds of cool stuff you could do with Wink of Stella. I remember at convention a few years ago, Shelly and Sarah's now our CEO, but Shelly's her mom who started Stampin' Up. They came out on stage when we first introduced our sticky back rhinestones and pearls, and they had like a design all over their face, you know, like something you might see in
Music videos?
music videos. I was going to say the circus or like Cirque du Soleil, that kind of thing.
Ooh,
It was kind of fun.
Cirque du Soleil on the plane once. That's a weird movie.
That's a movie? Okay, so I'm putting some adhesive on the body of my dragonfly. Did you guys know we don't have school today? That is why everybody is hovering in my office. My husband doesn't have work, no school, so they're all here to see you guys.
Speaking of, I'm going to be leaving soon.
Okay, that's fine.
I just thought I'd come and tell you.
Okay, you have fun. When are you coming home?
I'll let you know. We have yet to figure that out.
Okay. So then, do you see the sparkle? Isn't that awesome? All right, one last thing. We need to... Bye, sweetheart. Love you too. Have fun. Be good. Okay, so last but not least, we have a little greeting. The next card will be faster, I swear. I know you guys come for the stamping, but I think you stay for the stories. I'm just saying. Okay, so then I'm going to take my rich razzleberry and stamp this. Enjoy your special day. Which I like that because, I mean, your special day could be just about anything. So I will flip over my triple banner punch and just punch that off. I didn't do the evenest job. The most even. Wait. There we go. That's better. Okay. And then I will adhere this to my card. Like so. Isn't that fun? These dragonflies are so awesome. They're just like butterflies. I like them. But what do you guys think of the bug set? Do you guys like that? Now, I know the bugs are not everybody's thing. Hey, Julie. I know they're not everybody's thing. That turned out pretty good. So I really like that. But do you see the faux suede? I mean, you can even touch it and it feels soft. The bug set. I kind of like the bug set, but that is probably because I used to be a biology teacher and I took an entire class of entomology. So, yeah. Now, the next thing I want to show you is also something I had on my blog, but I'm not going to do the whole thing. I just want to kind of briefly show you how I did this because it was kind of fun. And that was this cute little treat bag. And, yeah, I hear you guys. You don't like the bugs. That's okay. If you had grandsons, you could do the bugs. I know. I think they are kind of cute for little boys, but we'll see. My son is in Boy Scouts, and he went camping this weekend. And obviously, there are no bugs here because everything's frozen. But I can only imagine the bugs that he will get into. Julie, you have the bug emoticons. I love it. All right. So I showed this project on my blog, which I thought was pretty cute last week. And it's a treat bag with the hole cut into it so that you can see the treat through the monster's tummy, which I think is so sweet. So let me show you how I did this because it's pretty easy and it might surprise you. So I'm going to take one of our little treat bags. Now, even if you're not into the monster set, which I think you're insane if you don't like it because it's adorable. And actually, that is one of my giveaways. I have the monster set to give away. So make sure you can see, make sure you can fill out your door prize drawing form so that you can be entered to win this. And I will do a drawing probably tomorrow, and I will actually post it this time. I thought I had posted last time's winner, and it did not post, so then I reposted it. And I was kind of like, oh my gosh, nobody's like even excited about the winner, and I gave away a huge prize. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to take this is one of the layering circles, okay, and the framelit you're going to put into the bag, and you can kind of see, you know, here's the edge of it. Center it up, and then you're going to cut it. So let me quick cut this. I'll be right back. Okay, so I ran this through. Again, I put it in the bag. You don't want to put it on the bottom of the bag or you'll cut all the way through. All right, and there is the hole. Oh my gosh, how awesome is that? And then this also is actually that's right, I did a little larger circle than I did the monster, so just do one smaller. And that's how you get the hole in there so that your treat shows through. And then because I did a smaller one, if this wasn't lined up perfectly, my monster would cover that up so that I could kind of make it a little more centered, if that makes sense. Now I want to also show you, I'll go ahead and stamp my monster real quick and show you, I'm not going to color the whole thing, but I want to show you how I did color it because it is so cute, if I could just say. As soon as I saw those monsters, I knew I wanted them because they're so stinking cute. And I colored, let me get rid of some of this stuff. Do you guys ever have a giant mess as you're going and then you have to like move stuff out of the way so you can keep working? That is like the story of my life. That's why I think it's so hard to clean my office, because even if I do, the next day it is messy again. Okay. So I'm going to ink up my monster. And I used black archival ink. And of course, you can change the look of this with the colors that you use. But I'm going to take my trusty watercolor pencils. I've been using these a ton already, and I just love them. So I used orange and melon mambo. And also, I have to tell you this because it's kind of awesome. These, I'm just looking for something, sorry. Here we go. So this is the pencil sharpener I've been using. Do you see this? I have just bought a whole bunch of them. And so if you order your watercolor pencils through me, I will send you one of these. Ooh, how awesome is that? I will do it while I have them. I think I ordered like 100, so I should have quite a few. But this is super awesome, and this is a really nice pencil sharpener that does kind of a short tip, or I guess this part is short, so it doesn't eat up your whole pencil is what I'm trying to say. So I really like it, and it's real small and inexpensive and easy to use. So there you go. Now, let me show you how I did the coloring. I'm going to start, and yes, Julie, this is watercolor paper. Watercolor paper is kind of the key to getting this, getting these pencils to work the best, because you can really blend things out so much better here than you can on regular paper. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to go ahead and color a bunch of circles on here to create pink polka dots. And then I will come back in later and add the background in the orange color, which is pumpkin pie. Okay, so I won't do the whole thing. I'll just give you a little start to show you how this works. Okay, so then I'm going to take my aqua painter here, and whenever I use an aqua painter, I always like having a little cloth. This is actually an old burp rag from when my kids were babies. But I like to be able to clean off my brush and control how much water I have that is coming through. So what I'm going to do is just kind of blend on that spot that I drew. And you notice the color almost changes a little bit. I think it looks prettier, which is awesome. And then I'll just keep doing each of those spots, staying pretty close to where I'm at. And sometimes after you do several, you might find that you have kind of a lot of color. So I just clean that off as needed, like so. Isn't this just ridiculously adorable? I kind of think so. Okay, then what you want to do is let it dry. Rosemary, I got the pencil sharpener at Dick Blick. This is it, Art 4514. And it is, you can find it all over. I found one on Amazon for $13, which I thought was kind of obscene. But you want this to be dry before you do the next step, okay? You can start coloring, but before you blend the next color, you want to make sure the first color is dry. So then I'm going to color in between with pumpkin pie. Okay, and then again, I'm just blowing on this because I really do want it dry. I could heat gun it, that would work as well. Okay, so then you can see I'm going and blending out my pumpkin pie. I always want to say tangerine tango. Now, I will say, I know you guys are already asking where else you can find them. Be careful. Just, I would Google it. The other thing is that they are not all pencil sharpeners are the same. So if you find a different one, it is not necessarily as good. And this is just a really good quality one. If you have the Stampin' Up ones from years ago, we used to have Stampin' Up color or pencil sharpeners, and that one was a really nice one as well. And the other thing that was kind of nice about it too is it had like a little jar where all the shavings would go into, which was of course helpful if you don't happen to be next to a garbage when you're doing that. But okay, so do you see how that works? Isn't it cute? Now again, what I really love about these pencils is that they just blend amazingly. They're so smooth and just blend awesome. They work fantastic on the coloring paper as well. However, on the coloring paper, that's that Celebration coloring paper, I like to use that with blender pens rather than the water. And that's because it's not this nice, thick, solid watercolor paper. It is rather the thinner, more, cardstocky-ish paper, and so blender pens work a little bit better, and you just have to be careful. You can't go over them 100 million times. So anyway, there's that. So then of course I can just use my circle. Like I said, I used the smaller version of this because this would probably cut off some of that edging, but the next size smaller of the circles, then I cut that out, and then I fussy cut out around the whole thing and stuck it onto my package. So isn't that fun? And I did put it on with dimensionals. Super cute. Okay, so there we go. Now, I had some requests for the Hey Chick, and I have a little idea floating around in my head, so let's see what we can do with it. That's kind of how I operate sometimes. So I have a strip of cardstock, and I love the crazy hair one. Don't you guys like this? The crazy hair chick is like the best chick in my personal opinion. I mean, this is what makes everybody happy, but I really do like the stamp set. In fact, I do. Oh, I was going to say, I haven't done anything with this yet. This is actually my first foray into the Hey Chick. I did stamp it on stuff I sent out, but okay. So I'm going to trim this down just a little bit more. So this will be 2.5 by 5.5. And then I'm going to take and stamp my chick in some black ink so that if we wanted to color it, we can. And I'll just stamp her all different directions on here. And then I was thinking we need, so you guys can help me, we need a funny saying to go with this. Don't you think? Like something silly and goofy. You're the crazy hair chick, Denise. That's awesome. Okay, so there are my crazy chicks all over the place. And what if we had, what if we had like different color hair on each crazy chick? So now here's another way you can use your watercolor pencils is you can color in, and you don't have to blend these. I mean, you can. But I kind of like the pencils too because you can really kind of get into the different areas. And then, of course, she'll have some matching crazy tail feathers. But then we'll kind of keep a little bit going. Emily, I should do live weekly. Oh, dear. I'll think about it. I might start every other week to start with, just because a live video, actually a lot goes into it before I start shooting. I don't just get on and start rolling. There's a certain amount of prep work that happens ahead of time to make it happen, but I like to know that you guys like it. Okay. So there is crazy chick number 2. What did I do? My pencils. Crazy chick number 3. Now, have you guys figured out what grading we can put with this? You have to help me. You have to help me figure it out. Because I know we have some fun sayings. Okay. Crazy chicks everywhere. We need a green one. So, of course, the best part about this set is it's free. Don't you love that? Oh my gosh. What a girl won't do for a free stamp set. Well, okay, a girl will do some things for a free stamp set, but not all things. I mean, especially because if she's a lady, right? Okay, Chicks Gone Wild. That's awesome. Of course, I can do that because I have that little alphabet set. Don't I? Don't you guys know? Do I? Yes, I have the labeler alphabet, which will allow me to make a customized saying on here. I love that. Chicks Gone Wild. That's good, Diane. Awesome. Good thinking. Anybody else? I mean, I really like that, but I'm always open to suggestions. We all have bad hair days. You make mine better. Oh, that's awesome. Good job, Crystal. You don't have new mom brain. You're good. Shake your tail feathers, you crazy chick. Ooh, something about a bad hair day. I like that. You guys are good. Thinking on the bottom. It's hard to think when you're recording. I just will put that out there. Okay, one more crazy chick. Okay, Crystal, tell me, what was that again? We all have, here, I gotta write that down. We all have bad hair days. You make mine better. Okay, that's awesome. Now, I'm thinking that's a lot to write on a card with an alphabet stamp set. I'm just saying. So maybe, just maybe, we could... Isn't there brown in here? I swear there's brown, but I don't see mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm missing 2. Yeah, early espresso. Where's my early espresso? Well, my thought was that we would early espresso. Oh, it's right here. Seriously, could you guys see that? I mean, that is embarrassing. It was right there. This is like every day of my life, people. Okay, so what I was thinking was I would do like a little bit of light coloring on the body to kind of just I don't know, whatever. So, here's another option. I think the other thing I could do is type this out and print it off on my computer, because that would be easier too. I really like that though. Okay. So isn't that kind of fun? All right, now we need a awesome background. Now here is where I think people struggle in card making a little bit. And actually, let me show you what I'm reaching at so you can see. This is my little caddy that I have all kinds of layers of cardstock. So this is one of those kitchen things. I got this at Target. You never know what you're going to find in here, by the way. There's stuff everywhere. And so what I did a whole video on this like a year ago, but I have all of these pieces of cardstock, and they are, as you can see, different sizes, and then they're geared towards lining up. And then these are just plain quarter sheets in the back. So I need to, you can see this is normally super full, and there's a big gap right here, which means I need to cut more cardstock. But so if I wanted to make a card, I could just take and find the pieces that would layer. So like this is a really skinny layer. This is a bigger layer. Of course, I wouldn't necessarily put these colors together, but I'm just showing you how the layers work. But then if you don't like that, if that's too much, you can take out that. Okay, so the typical sizes, they are these. And like I said, I have a whole video on this, but 3 3/4 by 5. And the video is called, if you want to search my YouTube channel, which is The Creativity Cave, the video is Cut Cardstock Like a Boss. That's what the name of the video is. So 3 3/4 by 5 is pretty small. And then if you wanted a really skinny layer around that, this one goes up 1/8 of an inch. So you can see 5 and 5 1/8. And then I added 1/8 of an inch to 3 3/4, which is 3 7/8. This is an excellent lesson in 1/8 inch increments and fractions. Now, if you didn't want a super skinny layer, then you could go up to 4 by 5 1/4, and that would give you a little bit thicker layer all the way around. So these are the sizes I use the most, these 3 sizes, but then you can go up and down from these. Obviously, you can't go up much further from this because then you're at a quarter sheet, which is what the card folded is. But all of these are really nice. Now you can see I have the ones in front. These are all random sized pieces. They're not the same. But this is really helpful for creating cardstock. Now this is also where I put like extras left over from cutting, or if I cut something wrong, like when I do classes. So that's partly why I have so much in here. But I think the best thing is to have black, white, and crumb cake in these different layers to help you just have them ready to go. So when you make cards, it goes a little easier. I think that's a great tip. Okay, so coming back to my card, I think what the struggle for a lot of people is, now you made this really cute thing you started with, but then what do you do with it? So that is partly why I like my little bin of cut cardstock. The other part is that I can take and kind of mess with stuff, and I can see what does and does not look good while I am trying to put it together. So for instance, I think it would be, I like putting things on crumb cake because then that really highlights the bright colors that I used. Hey Jane, glad you could make it. And Anne, ooh, sorry. See, things are always crashing in my office. I have a stack of about 15 stamp sets sitting right next to my work area because you never know what you might need. So then when you when you go to put together these cards, it's easier to do it. Okay. So this one was 2.5. So I'll go up a 16, well, I'll go up a 1/4 of an inch. Oops, that was scoring. We'll cut it. Okay, so my 1/4 of an inch gives me a little thicker border, and 1/8 of an inch gives you a skinny border. Okay, and then we'll put this there. Mary's asking, how long do I go live? However long it takes. I don't really have a set time. Probably an hour. Where are we at? Oh, it's already been an hour. Okay, maybe a little longer. We'll see. I don't know. Okay, so that's fun. And then we'll put this together. Now this crumb cake right here is just a 1/4 sheet. So I'm actually going to adhere it to a full card. Now I think this is fun. This card is really fun, but I think the saying is what totally makes it. So what I want to do is actually print that off and glue it to the inside of the card. So I think I'll put out here, "Hey chick." Now here's the awesome part. I will print that off and put it on my blog for you so that you can see it. Okay. All right. Now there's a "Hey chick" in this stamp set. So I think we could put "Hey chick" on the outside, and then we'll put Crystal's awesome saying on the inside. So fun. And because I'm nice like that, I might just make I'll get it all figured. Whoa! Oops. I'll get it all figured out, and then I'll share my Word document. So if you want to make this, you could too. How do you like that, guys? So I will post a link to that blog post. I don't know if I'll get it up today or not, but you'll be able to see it later. By the way, this is me. I like to cut around the edges so I don't cut the edges of my rubber. I think I showed you that. Mary, if your hubby needs you to drive, you can always come back and watch this video over. It will be on my page, so you can always come back to it. You don't have to stay. Okay? Hey, chick. I love it. All right. So we'll come back to this. I'll finish. I want to maybe I'll put one chick on the inside with like all the different colors of hair, like a tie-dye chick. I like that idea. Okay, so there's that one. Now the other thing that I really wanted to show you was some fun, easy cards using the Delicate Details stamp set. That's also a celebration set. That is the lacy one. So there's one. What did I do with it though? Get rid of some of this stuff. So usually when I can't find something in my office, I like to clean it so that I can find it. Do you like that? There we go. So we'll get rid of those. And then what I like to do is clean things up a little bit so then I can find them. So I'm just going to reach into my stockpile of pre-cut pieces, and I have this idea for this stamp set. So there's a lot of options that you can certainly do with this set. I think the first one is find it, obviously. I mean, I seriously had it here. Here we go. Found it. It was under my catalog. Okay, so the first thing to do is obviously make cute little borders and whatnot. So I have, that's good. But the other thing that I can do with this is make a background. I think, like you can, for example, say this card, obviously not on this card, but I could take one of these lace borders and have it peek out from the top and bottom, whether this is something I've stamped or a strip of DSP or something. That is very pretty and that would look great. But what I want to do is make a whole background with these stamps. Okay, so I have one mounted, and here is where you can really play with a lot of different things. So this is one where the wheels are turning for me, so I hope you are going to like this. So first of all, I'm going to mount them all. And you know what? I don't like this one as much, so I'm not going to mount that one because I only have 4 blocks. And then I have to show you another funny story. By the way, sometimes these long strips get a little bit crooked. So what I find the best thing to do is to just set them down on the table and then pick them up with the block. That way they're a little less crooked. Another option is to take something like a ruler, or if we have grid paper. I use grid paper a lot. I just don't have any right here. Line the edge up with something straight, such as that, except do it on the right side. And then pick it up that way. That gets it a nice straight line. The thicker ones are easier. They don't bend as much. Okay, now here's my funny story. So here's a wood block. I've had this forever, but you can see it's not clear like the others. Clear see-through. Guess what Dina did with this? She found that her blocks were getting dirty, so she wanted to clean them, and she started with a Scotch Brite pad. That's one of those green scrubby pads. Yeah, that will just completely scratch up your block, and then stuff does not really want to stick to it anymore. Photopolymer will, but regular rubber stamps don't want to stick to this. So FYI, magic erasers work much better, or Goo Gone, but don't use the Scotch Brite pads to clean. That is just a little tip from you to me. Okay, so my thought was, what if we made a pretty little gradient kind of thing with this, like an ombre. Of course, I could use an ombre pad, but we don't have an ombre pad that has these awesome colors. So let's try this. And what I'm going to do is just take my stamps, and I think this one might have white ink on it. So oops, if it does. So I'm just going to stamp this at the top, just off the edge a little bit, and then I'll take my next color, and then I'll keep working my way down using the different lace stamped images. And by the way, this is something I had in my head but hadn't really worked out. So if it goes horribly wrong, don't judge. But here's hoping that it doesn't. Okay. And this one is a little trickier because you can't see through this one. Again, no Scotch Brite. Scotch Brite bad. Okay. And then I'll use my darkest color. Or no, this is not my darkest. Wait. Yeah. Okay, so I did Calypso Coral, Watermelon Wonder, and now I'm going to do Melon Mambo. You can put them all in one block and use the markers to color different stamps. You know, Shelly, that's true, but when you have this many images, I find markers don't stay wet long enough, or they get splotchy. And so I did think about it. If you're using all one color, absolutely. But if you're doing different colors, that does not work super well. But thank you for that suggestion. Sorry, I just shot it down. Okay, so then I'm going to come in and I'll start my color spectrum over and just kind of keep going down the line. So I'm doing a gradient, except I'm sort of changing it up a little bit. So this is my next color. Now you can see I'm going to clean that and keep going. Isn't this cool? Because when you ask questions, I can answer them really fast. I love that. That's like my favorite part of Facebook Live. Okay. So you just keep going. And you'll find you need to clean your stamps a little bit. You can see I'm kind of cheating by cleaning them off here. And that's because we're working with similar colors, so I can get away with that. If we were totally changing up the colors, I would not want to do what I'm doing. But so far it's working. I'm going to have to break down and clean this off pretty soon, but okay. I think though, I'm getting close to the end. Now, you guys certainly can try that with the different colors. I just don't, That's where my anal side kind of comes out and says, I don't know if that's going to work. But you never know. You could certainly prove me wrong, and that is fine. I got to clean this one. Because otherwise, have you guys seen any of my videos when I gasp? I've had a couple videos where I've inked up my stamp in the wrong color and then stamped it down, and then I was like, oh, that was kind of funny. Those were a couple Christmas cards I did that on. Oops. Okay, so I think that will do it. Oh, so many things you could do with this. Isn't that awesome? Oh my gosh, I love how cool this looks. Of course, you can do this in all sorts of different colors. And then the other thing that you can do with this is add whatever kind of greeting you want. So we've got some awesome greetings. I'm just looking for something fun. I think I like this. Thanks for being a great friend. Huh. All right. Oh, it's another brand new virgin stamp. I love it. So again, this is just kind of the anal side of me coming out. I really, really, really like trimming out my stamps. I just got to figure out where I threw my scissors. Well, I might forgo it since I can't find my scissors. But you can always do this later, which is nice. Now this is from the stamp set Window Shopping, which I really like this window shopping because it is a really fun stamp set that comes with an amazing set of framelits. And they make that little hexagon box, which you might think, oh, I don't really use boxes, because that's what I was thinking at least. But I saw that and I was seriously like smitten from the get-go, because all of the dies work outside of just the box itself. Okay, I'm grabbing a scrap of white. Here we go. So I don't know if I just said this or not, but I will totally be doing an online class with window shopping, and it will be mainly cards, not as many boxes, but of course we will have boxes in there. Okay, so I'm going to stamp my thanks and stamp it right here in black. And then what I want to do is highlight for being a great friend. So I am actually going to take this and stamp it twice. Grabbing another scrap. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this a second time on my scrap. And sorry, space is at a premium now. Thanks for being a great friend. And then what I can do is just trim this out. And I'll leave a little extra edge, because you know I got to do my banner edge. I'll cut that just a teensy bit tighter. Now, I don't know if you guys have this punch. It was discontinued a while ago, but I highly recommended it to people because it does this so easy. You can do the same thing with the triple banner punch. This is just a teensy bit easier because it's a little smaller. Okay, so for being a great friend, and then I'm gonna just wiggle this to make it look a little distressed, because that kind of goes with the whole lace thing. And Shelly, my friend, you love lace, right? So then I can adhere this right over the top. Isn't that cool? Okay, so I need to trim this out quickly. And is anybody else freaked out by my open ink pads? I know my workspace gets smaller and smaller. That's just sort of how it works. Okay, so there we go. That's a little too big. Oh, I don't like that either. Do you guys like how I do this? There, that's better. Just a little more off the other end and we will be set. Okay. So of course I can mount this on black and then add it to my card or whatever I want. I'm going to pop up my little strip here, and you can use the edge pieces of your dimensionals, or you can also use the adhesive, foam adhesive strips that are for shaker cards. That works great for something like this. Okay, so you can see I just placed that right on there. And then, I can't believe you guys have so little faith in me. You think I'm just going to make a mess? Of course I am. Okay, so then I can layer this right here and then put it on my card. Okay, so what do you think of this card so far? Are you digging it? Oh, the love. I love the love. Thank you. I'm really seriously kind of wondering, like, where did my angry face come from? Maybe it was a slip of the finger. It's definitely possible. I've been told that most of the time people say that if I get a thumbs down on my video, it's because their fingers slipped. So I hope that's true. Okay, so I did just the skinny little layer. I'm a big fan of that because I don't want to cover up too much of my beautiful lace design. I mean, I went to all that work stamping it one by one. So I don't want to cover too much up. But I also want to make sure it shows because, hello, it's beautiful. So I'll take my fast fuse, adhere this, and then, you know, we're going to have to pop this up. I mean, or they're just mean. I hope not. The thing I can never find are dimensionals. My hand is literally touching them. One of my favorite things is I'm humid. I am humid. Oh my gosh. In fact, that was a big thing on my phone call with my coach this morning. She said, what are the 3 things you want to do this week? And I said, what are the 30,000 things I need to do this week? And they all laughed, but I was really kind of serious. Okay. Isn't that looking cute? I really like how this comes out. Now, I have to tell you, I kind of wonder how I do this, to be honest. But I have this weird ability to really stamp some cute stuff while I'm doing this live. I kind of had this sitting in my head, but I hadn't really put it together till we started stamping now. So, isn't that funny how that works? All right, now here is the big $10 million question. What card do we put this on? What card base? Oh, the choices are kind of endless. I'm feeling a little bit like... No, that's not it. That was Calypso Coral. I'm thinking Watermelon Wonder because it'll match. Okay. Emily knows the chaos in my life. She sees it every day and she keeps coming back, which is kind of nice. Okay. Do we like that? Oh, I'm not sure. Ugh. What do you guys think? We could also go like this route. Should we do this? Like, please tell me you guys do this. Oh, I like that better. Don't you guys like that better? I think that's better. Okay. There we go. Decision made. Hope you like it. All right. No! Gwen, come on. Okay, so this is Blushing Bride. Do you like this? I think that's better. Okay, so fun. Now, I really think that the colors in here can be changed. You can do aquas, you can do purples, aqua purple, all rainbows. Now, the other thing I really wanted to do, of course, I think black and white or black and ivory would be awesome. So you could just stamp all of these in black. In that case, you could totally do the big block. Okay. And I'll show you what we mean. So take the big block and then line the stamps up on there. So you can stamp them all at once. Do they fit this way? Yeah, they do. So you could do the big block and do them all. The other thing I was thinking, and I don't know if I can pull this off while we're talking. Do you guys want me to do one more card with this? Should we do one more? Say another one, please, and then I'll know. Okay, I'm closing up all my ink. Does that make you happy? Okay, so one more card idea and then I'm done. If I do this weekly, I can't go this long on Facebook Live because it's tiring and I'm thirsty here. Speaking of, we'll just have a little nectar of the gods for a moment. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, so what I'm going to do for my last card, since I've heard from a bunch of you saying, yes, please. Another one, please. Yes, please. Okay, we're all here together. We may as well make the most of it, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is take these ribbon ones, or lace ones, whatever these are, clean them up good first. And then we're going to get a little watercolor action. What do you guys think of that? Because I will tell you, watercoloring is probably my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Okay. So I'm pulling this off. You know what? I'm going to do it this way, just because I think this might be a little easier for me. And we will mix up the designs a little bit here. Here, too, is just... I think it's easier to pick them up like that. And we'll do this foofy one next. Okay. You can tell I'm really concentrating because I stopped talking. Would it surprise you to know that when I was in high school, I was a swimmer, and my swim team did senior gag gifts, and they got me a microphone because they said I like to talk. Which I suppose is true. I do like to talk. I have kind of, as an adult, written it off as I've always worked from home, so I never have adults to talk to during the day. So I figured that was why. Do you like how I just whoosh, move it aside? Okay, so for this next one, what I'm going to do is I need to grab a couple of things. I'm going to start with some watercolor paper. Okay, I'm sorry I don't have this all planned out, but when like amazing ideas come to you, you just kind of have to go with it. Then I'm also going to use my embossing buddy and some Versamark. Okay, so we're going to do some embossing. Let me grab my powder too. Okay, so here is my white powder. I have a couple, there's probably a couple things of it in here. And I keep it in this container so it's easier to get the powder on. Now, have any of you never heat embossed? Has anybody not heat embossed before? I'm kind of dying to know, because this was like one of the first things I learned as a stamper, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it's magical. All right. So I'm going to take, and I'm putting my embossing buddy on my watercolor paper. And what it is it's just like paper, or it's not paper. Goodness. How do I get through the day? It's like powder. That's what I wanted to say in there. And it's, it takes all the moisture up from your hands or from wherever. And so it keeps little stray flecks of embossing powder. But what I'm going to do next is use my Versamark pad. This one's actually pretty clean. And I'm going to ink up all of my lace strips. And I'm going to do exactly what I did on the last card, but this time all at once. Okay, and now... Oh, Tracy, it is magical. Magical is exactly the right word. Okay. So I picked that up. You can't see it very well, but that's okay. I could use, so I said I was using white powder. You could do clear as well. Now here's where it gets tricky, is you have to see where your last one was before you do the next one. Luckily it looks like only 2 of these will fit in here. Which side of the watercolor do you like to stamp on, the bumpy side or smooth side? That's a great question, Mary. The answer is the smoother side does not blend as well, I've found, so you want the bumpier side. Now the bummer about that is it doesn't stamp quite as well, but I think it blends better. And I don't know if there is a reason for that, but it is the bumpy side. Like if there's like a technical reason for why that is. Okay, so now I've done all of this. I've got my white embossing powder that I'm sprinkling over. And now you can see my strips on there a little better, which is awesome. And now you could, so I said you could do clear or you could do white. Obviously I did white, but you could also, oops, I think I missed a spot. And by the way, this is just a piece of cardstock that I use as a scoop to get all of the powder on here. Now you could also do this in black for what we're going to do. You could do gold, silver, copper, whatever your heart desires. So now I've got my heat tool. And so I actually had a conversation with somebody. So Pamela, if you're watching this, or if you catch it later, she was having trouble embossing with from the bottom side. I like to emboss from the bottom, and it was not working so well. And I think when you're going through the bottom, it's more difficult to really get that high heat because this paper is so thick. And you could also do this on white shimmer paper. That works too. You don't have quite as much control, but that's okay. This is sort of like coloring. It's kind of relaxing. You don't want to burn yourself though. I usually get people who say, back in the day when I first started, we held our paper over a toaster and waited for it to melt. I know people did do that. It was not me though. Hi Amanda, welcome. Now the one thing you want to do is make sure you get everything. Because if you leave a little powder that's not melted on there, that's kind of a bummer later. Okay, on the stovetop, yeah. Like over an open flame, you know. Because paper's not flammable. It's totally safe. Okay, so I have embossing buddied, stamped in Versamark, and now I have heat embossed in clear or white. I used white. Either will work. And now I'm going to take my aqua painters. And since I had all those ink pads out, I think we'll just kind of do this. Anita, I know you did it on something, not a heat gun. I'm sure of that. And I'm sure you have a story about it too. Anita is one of my local customers, and she has the best stories. She's so fun. Okay. So I have my ink pad that I squeezed the ink pad to the lid. I'm just going to pick up this color with my aqua painter. I want my aqua painter to be relatively wet so that when I can get the color on here. And then, I closed all these pads up and I absolutely should not have done that. Now my first color was really light, but you'll start to see. Ooh. We'll start to see that they're going to get darker as we go. And by the way, you can like get water all the way over this because it'll kind of help the colors blend into one another. This is called a watercolor wash or wet on wet. Okay. By the way, I have an entire online class on watercoloring. That's pretty awesome. It's called Watercolor School. It was a 6-week thing. Okay, so there is my next color. That was Calypso Coral. Then we'll do Watermelon Wonder, and this is more of a true ombre because we're just going to go down one length of it, or one set of colors. Okay, so that was, want it a little darker at the bottom. And then we'll do Melon. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that you can kind of change things up if you need to. So if I want to go back and kind of do a little different, I can. But isn't that gorgeous? Can you guys see this? Yay! I love this. Okay. And, I guess you have a little spot right there to fix and a little spot right there. There we go. So that's what I mean by, like, if you see a white spot, you can kind of come back and fix it, which is really nice. Now, notice I just did the dark pink down here. I want to go up here, clean off my brush before I start messing with this light color up here because I don't want to muck it up. Okay, but there is my ombre effect. So we'll let that dry. Now the other cool thing is you can see it's a resist technique. So where the embossing is, it resists the watercolor. And if you need to like kind of clean up things a little, you can dab it with a tissue or whatever you need to, but there you go. Thank you so much for joining us, Julie. Don't forget to fill out that door prize drawing form. I will be mailing, or I will be emailing the winner, of course. I will probably wait till tomorrow. Don't forget to order through the Creativity Cave, though. I so appreciate your business. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so now we have to do something really pretty and fancy for this one because it's so pretty. I'm thinking. What should we do? Does anybody have any ideas? Hi, Wilma from the Netherlands. It is so awesome to have you. Thank you for joining us, Wilma. I love it. I have people in other countries. That's so cool. Ooh, what if we took Happiest of Birthdays to You and circle punched it and stuck it on there. Do you guys like that? I like it too. Okay, I'm thinking. We could do it in black. Oh, yes. Door prize drawing form is posted on my page, the page you're watching this video from. So you can check that out. So this is some shimmer paper. Let's see if you can see the shimmer. Refocusing. Ooh, there it is. Do you see that? It shimmers. It's kind of like clear Wink of Stella paper. Okay, so what I'm going to do is stamp this in black, I think. But, oh, I wonder if I should have stamped it in something else. I don't know. Here's where we can decide. Don't you like how we're going through this together? We'll support each other. We'll get through this. I've got a 2.5-inch circle punch. Oh, this is perfect. And you want to know why? Because there's going to be enough room at the top for us to put a little fancy pants on there. So I think I'm going to use my flower punch. And I've got a couple of these flowers. And because I really enjoy having lots of texture, I'm going to take my bone folder. I'm going to take my bone folder and go over this and see if I can get my split flower, my faux suede going. And then we got to put a pearl in the center of this. I mean, really, it has to be. Now the other thing I could have used the stitched shape framelits, which are supposed to be available again today. I hope that's true. I haven't even checked the Stampin' Up website because I kind of went from my conference call to this right away and didn't get on there. And I had to take a shower before I got on so you guys wouldn't see me in my PJs because it's not always a pretty sight. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so for this, we're gonna glue dot it, and I think this will, that flower can never retire. I know, I totally agree, especially because when they got rid of that set of 3 punches, that was like my go-to for everything. I use that all the time. I also use the little flower quite a bit from the Tree Builder punch for this type of thing. Okay, so now we gotta foof it up because, I knew that was gonna happen. Sometimes it's hard to get the faux suede piece to pick up the glue dot, so we'll throw it on the back. Okay, so I foofed it up a little bit. Then I'll show you what I do with my Tree Builder. So I'm gonna take my Tree Builder and punch. This is a Blushing Bride. So I like to make this kind of dimensional. My ink pads are not going to dry out, Diane. It'll be okay. Do you have any idea how many hours a day my ink pads sit open on my desk? Let's just say it's several. Okay, last but not least, we need a pearl. But because this is a special card, we're going to get a special pearl. I'm going to get one of these fancy ones. Metal rimmed pearls. And I think the smallest one will fit on here. So these have a little sticky back that you just peel off. And then we'll stick right in the center of that. Ooh, it's a little tight, but it still shows. So, oh, so pretty. Okay. Isn't this gorgeous? I like it right there. What do you guys think? So pretty. I think this calls for some dimensionals. I think these are left over from a paper pumpkin kit. I'm putting a bunch on here just because it's so pretty. Oh, look at all the love. You guys are the best. Now, remember, you like it on the top, Cindy? Thank you. Remember, if you are, I see some of you kind of coming in and out. If you have problems with this, the Facebook Live will be there. You can come back to it, which is kind of awesome. So pretty. Okay, now the $1 question is, what do we layer it on? Oh, I'm thinking, what if we put like, oh, this piece is too small. What if we put a light layer and then a dark layer, or a dark layer then a light layer? Like, we could do that. Ooh, you've had problems with pearls poking a hole in the envelope. Any suggestions? Of course I have suggestions. So, what you can do is take a 1/4 sheet of cardstock. And this is really good for, like, if you have old crappy cardstock, because let's be honest, we've bought old crappy cardstock from other places before. Use that cardstock and just put this in your envelope with a layer on top. As a demonstrator, I have approximately 1 billion of these postcards that Stampin' Up! Gives us. in our kits that we can get. So I like to use postcards in there. But any little piece of paper you can put over the top will actually take care of that. Okay, so Marie says same color as the flower. I agree with Marie. Oh, do we like this? A layer of bubble wrap helps. It does, Sue, but I don't know how the Royal Post is, but here in the US, the post office is really persnickety about things, and they do not like it if your package is too thick. They will charge you an arm and a leg to send it if it is, which is kind of annoying. I gotta see what size this is. What did I do with my ruler? They're really difficult about it. This size is not working. I'm mad. Okay, we might have to just trim it. I don't know what size this is, and I can't find my ruler. So we'll use the other measuring method. Is anybody having a heart attack about my desk now? Okay, so this is 3 3/4. That's what I thought it was. All right. So we will cut this just a little bigger than 3 3/4. And then we'll put it on our card. Let's see, how big did I do this? So I'll just go a little over. Okay, so we'll adhere it to this and then put it on the base. I like 2 layers. Okay, now this does kind of curl a little bit. So we'll check it out. Now don't forget this, we're going to wrap it up here, guys, because I need to drink some fluids and sit down. But will you pretty please fill out that form. And if you would like to get in on my product share, I want to place that order today and have it be my last order, because I've already done 2 rounds. This is actually the 3rd technically, but the first 2 kind of came together. Anyway, the product shares are awesome. And then last but not least, if you are interested in anything else or have questions, please contact me or put it on your form, and then I will, if you check that you want more information, I will contact you. So anyway, isn't this awesome? I do love it. It's so awesome. If you just put a stamp on it and put it in the post box, how do you know if it's a problem? Because your recipient will have to pay to get it out of hock from the post office, and then they'll be kind of crabby. I do go to the post office multiple times a week. In fact, the post office ladies have a bet going as to how much I spent on postage this year. So when I do my taxes, we'll have to see, because I think the number is going to be a little scary. But anyway, I hope you guys like this. How do you do Paper Pumpkin for the whole year if you're already getting it monthly? So Monica, if you have a monthly subscription to Paper Pumpkin, what you can do is purchase through my online store a year subscription, and then you will get all the free stuff that goes with that, the 4 celebration sets and everything. I will actually, how about I post on my Facebook an explanation of how to do that so that you can see, and I'll type it all out so you understand all the details with that. Oh, I'm so glad you guys like this. Thank you. Wilma, wowzers, that's a good one. I love that. Can you believe I just came up with this as we were stamping? That's why we should stamp together more often, right? I think, like I said, I think we'll do Facebook Live maybe every other week, and I will alternate between evening sessions and morning sessions like this so that I can kind of help everybody. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I do really like this. Good job, Dina. Can you see me patting myself on the back? All right, so then we also did that one. And then we did this one. We're going to revisit this one with the crazy chick. And then I also showed you this one. And then I also showed you this one. I just kind of did part of that. So there is everything. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, it so helps me out awesomely if you order through the Creativity Cave. That helps me bring more amazing videos like this. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And thank you so much for all the love. I really appreciate it. And watch, I will post another update on my Facebook page for when my next one will be, but we will see. Okay guys, thank you again so much. Take care, and I will be back again soon.